guys, top of the morning. Happy January 30th. Can you believe that we are already 1 month down in beautiful 2026? Today, we are going to do some reflection. We're going to look back at this last 30 days. What happened in your life? What happened in your business? What type of skills did you develop? What type of habits did you instill? So on and so forth. And I want to unpack to make sure that we do a quick temperature check. Right? This year is going to get busy. I got people on the call right now that have already put their 5th escrow into contract, and we're only in the first month of the year. And so it is important that we really just do a temperature check. We slow down because now we're going to head into February, then March, and we get into spring season. Then it's going to start to warm up and all the things are going to start happening around us. So I want to make sure that every single month on the last session of Keep It Moving, I want to make sure that we are looking at the month and saying, okay, I've come to coaching. I've applied some things. I've learned quite a bit. We've had some breakdowns, some breakthroughs. We've had some good moments, tough moments, and everything in between. I want to make sure that you guys are doing the work, that you are proud of the steps that you are making in your business. That I'm not just here to deliver a message. I'm not just here to say words that fill an hour of your time. I'm here to help you guys grow. I have a responsibility to impact the growth of the humans that are in my environment, and I do not take that lightly. All I want to see is I want to see your receipts. That's what I want to see, because that shows me that the coaching is actually working. So before we get rolling, before we get this train moving down the tracks, if you are a guest here on the line today, thank you for being here. Welcome to Keep It Moving. I'm going to have Tanisha take us out on the field. And Tanisha, you're going to tell our guests what they can expect from our environment together. So TT, also known as Tanisha, you're going to take us out on the field on this beautiful Friday morning. So let's roll, my friend.
Wow, you can definitely expect to be put on the spot when you weren't prepared, but I believe Keep It Moving definitely takes you out of your comfort zone to do things that you're not necessarily used to doing. I love all the emotion that this team brings. We definitely support each other. Elias is our fearless leader to taking us out of our comfort zone. And I think that's really needed in real estate. I guess it's Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. I'm in Mountain House right now and the sun is shining. I'm excited to host 2 open houses this weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I see there's a lot of open house opportunities going on and people are asking me to host. And I'm like, oh, I can't do it because I'm already doing one. So I hope you all are seeing the activity increase. I hope you all are getting out there to do something that you're not necessarily comfortable with doing, but uncomfortable situation brings confidence. So that's what I want to say for the weekend, because it's surely bringing a little bit more confidence to me.
Man, TT, it has been incredible. It's only been a short amount of time that you and I have been working together, but I've just watched your growth. You already had this confidence. You already host Zumbas. You're already doing your thing. But in this space, I'm just starting to see you grow and get even more comfortable. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful thing to experience. And remember this conversation that I've been on for the last couple of weeks is I want us to continuously think about this. Restoring the dignity of being great salespeople. So many people want to find every other term other than I'm in sales. At the end of the day, you guys are all salespeople, and it is a beautiful thing. You know what that means? You are a great communicator. You know how to connect on a deep level, and you know how to set logical conclusions and next steps throughout the sales process. That's what a great salesperson is. So take a lot of pride in that. Take a lot of pride in your ability to grow and go out there and change lives because you are great salespeople. We will restore the dignity of being great salespeople. So I'm going to give you a couple things to think about today, and I'm going to go right into this. I saw this and I had to put it into some framework, and let's go here. George Martinez running. I love this, big dog. Let's roll. All right, so I'm going to put some stuff on the screen today. And let's go. Today, what we're going to do is we're just going to get reflective. And what I want to do is, before I even set this up, what I want us to do is I want you to get involved. If you come to these calls and you don't get involved, what I want to encourage you to do today is just get involved. I'm going to ask you some questions that are going to be really reflective about your business in the last almost 30 days, obviously 30 days now, excuse me. I want you just to get reflective. I want you to answer these questions. I want you to look back at the last 30 days. Remember what you said in December. Oh, new year, new opportunities. I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm excited. Has that subsided? Or have you given that life? Have you spoken that into existence? Have you backed that up with activities? Are you an epitome of what you said you were going to accomplish this year? Or have you already tapered off? You see, we're going to go into some framework today. And if you were driving, come back to this. If you were not driving, take some notes. Grab some screenshots because I'm going to have you guys answer some questions. Now, some of you will be put on the spot today. So if your camera's on, I'm probably just going to call on you, but that's why you're here. You're here for coaching. So let's get right into the presentation. So first and foremost, I saw this the other day. I thought it was profound. I thought it would make an impact, and I thought it was really applicable to share in our space today. So let me go ahead and read this out loud to everybody. It says, do the hard shit now so life gets easier later. God, I love this. Comfort is a sneaky trap. It feels harmless at first, and then one day it's the reason everything feels heavy as hell. God, let me say that one more time. Comfort is a sneaky trap. It feels harmless at first, then one day it is the reason why everything feels heavy as hell. Skipping the hard work today only dumps it on you in the future, and trust me, your future won't be grateful for that bullshit. The grind, the boring routines, the uncomfortable decisions, yes, they suck, but they build strength, they build clarity and options in your life, in your business, in your health, and in your relationships. Easy choices create hard lives. Hard choices create breathing room, and that breathing room will come later on, and I promise you that. I understand this on a conscious level. I am doing that. I am an example for you guys. Easy choices create hard lives. It is easy not to prospect. It is easy not to hit the gym. It is hard to go to the gym. It is hard to lift weights. It is hard to run. It is hard to sit in the sauna. It is hard to do those things. Hard choices create breathing room later on in your life. Handle your discipline, your habits, your money, your health, and mindset now, even when it feels unfair, even when you don't see the results, even when you don't see the traction, even when you haven't seen the money in your bank account. It seems unfair sometimes, and I get it, and I understand it is hard, because struggling on purpose is way better than struggling by default. And I want that line to land for you. Because struggling on purpose is way better than struggling by default. Struggle now, do the hard things, put yourself in the fire so you don't have to struggle by default as a result of you not showing up, not doing the hard things. And last sentence here, you guys. Life doesn't magically get easier. You earn easier by doing the shit most people avoid. Are you willing to do the hard things now so you and your family could live the life that you've always desired and you've always dreamt of? Or are you still just barely getting by, dipping one toe into what is hard? Maybe I'll do a little bit of that hard. Or are you all in? Are you all in on the things that are hard? I saw this, you guys, and it really stood out to me in that one sentence there, because struggling on purpose is way better than struggling by default. That thing absolutely hit me in the feels. So I want to pause for a quick second, and would love to get anybody to contribute, give me a thought, takeaway, dialogue, or insight of what is on the screen right now, because my hope is that it's a fraction of how powerful that landed for me. Anybody have anything? Thought, a contribution, insight of what was on the screen right now? Let's go, Jeff. What do you got for us, big dog?
Just, I mean, it's a hard thing to internalize. It's a hard thing to learn. I have 20-year-old daughters, about to be 23 and 21. And delayed gratification is so difficult to grasp, to understand, to put in all this work now so you'll have gratification later. It's just, I mean, it is a great thing to instill in yourself and look internally in yourself, but then also, relay and instill in your kids and other, people that you work with, family members, team members. But it is probably one of the most powerful things out there is that delayed gratification, and work your ass off now for something that you're gonna get. That not something that you'll have tomorrow, but maybe something you're going to have down the road. And it's a hard thing to make yourself do. But it, is totally worth it. And when you start to feel it and see it. So.
That's right. My friend, I appreciate your contribution. Laura Franco, great to see your hand up, my friend. What is your contribution and thoughts based on what I shared on the screen? Let's go.
Well, it was kind of like something similar to when we had our intensity conversation earlier this week on Monday, when you want to do the hard things first, like Jeff said, it's instant gratification. It's not instant gratification, but it's well worth the wait when you sit there and you get out of your comfort zone and you realize that, yeah, man, this is tough. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have obstacles. But when you get the golden ticket at the end, it is so worth it. Like my daughter's on the honor roll for the second quarter again. She worked her butt off for all the wonderful grades. The same with my son. And we have, a ceremony today. I'm like, this is what you worked so hard for. You put in those long times to understand freaking Common Core math. I mean, you're pushing yourself. You're getting that discipline to realize that, you know what, I'm worth it. I'm totally worth this.
Let's go.
So, that's what I'm getting. I mean, it's just like it's an everyday thing. It's not just in sales. It's just you as a person. It's you every day of your life.
Yeah. Good stuff, Laura. And congratulations to your daughter. I love this. I'm going to get to Michelle's hand in a second. I've done this exercise in the past, but I think it's applicable to do this exercise again for everybody and everybody that will see this in the future. Now, this is something I watched Harmosy do months and months ago. And so stay with me on this vein. And if you've never seen this before, my hope is that this really lands for you. And then if you can, please do not write on my whiteboard. All right. I always thank you. Whoever that was, appreciate you. All right, do me a favor. Don't touch it. You guys are fucking with me now. Listen, take your hand off of your mouse, off of your phone. Don't touch anything because I'm going to do a quick example for you guys, and I don't need your chicken scratches on my board. All right, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this what they call J curve. There's all kinds of ways to talk about this, but I've heard it said and displayed and presented in different ways. Right up here at the top on the left-hand side, this is what they call uninformed optimism. This is the new person in the business. You're just getting excited. I got my license. I'm going to go change my life. I'm going to make some money. I have this uninformed optimism. I'm just very, very excited about the road ahead. Well, then what's happening? What starts to happen is maybe it gets a little bit tough, and this goes for senior agents as well. It got a little tough. Maybe you hit a valley where things weren't working out. As a newer agent, things have not popped off. Those videos haven't gotten responses. Nobody's responding to your emails, to your text messages. And what's happening is now, at this stage here, you have what they call informed pessimism. You've experienced some things that have shifted your mind like, oh man, this is really hard, right? I have some informed pessimism. And then it's right here. It's right here at the bottom. We call it the make or break. You can call it the valley of despair. You could call it the depths of hell, whatever you call it. But it's at that make or break point that is really, really going to truly show you what you are made of in this business. Are you willing to fight through that right there at the bottom? Or are you going to decide that this business is no longer for you? Because the moment, my friends, that you start to fight through this valley of despair, what now happens is that at this stage, you have informed optimism. You worked through the shit, you went through the hard things, and now you have informed optimism. Something that you have done has proven to be successful. And so now you have information. And from that information, now you have confidence. Now you have conviction. And that, my friends, is where the money comes from. That's where the success comes from. So we all start out at similar places. I experienced that as a coach, you guys. Right? There's times where things are hard, things are not moving. I could either stay in the depths of hell, or I could say, you know what? I'm going to fight my way through this. And then when I fight myself through that, I get informed optimism. And now I have information that tells me what I'm doing is working, and I'm going to continue to grow, and I'm going to continue to be successful. So this philosophy here, a lot of people, they quit right there at the valley of despair. They're unwilling to take the knocks on the chin. And then they bow out. That's not who we are. We must go through the depths of hell and the valley of despair in order for us to have informed optimism. Once you have informed optimism, you will have the confidence to continue to grow and continue to make money in this business. And that is not a theory. That has been proven over and over and over again. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that lands for you guys. Good. I appreciate you. Michelle, I'm going to go over to your contribution, then we're going to get right back into my slides. Let's go, Michelle. You were muted, so let's find that mute button first.
Okay, did I do it?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, sorry. But just basically touching on doing the hard things. I come from a line of bartending and waitressing, so that provides a certain type of lifestyle, nightlife, and stuff like that. So kind of trying to switch that into waking up early and sticking to a routine and joining these calls. It's like, yeah, it's hard. And do I want to stay in bed because I'm used to different hours? But like hearing these people, you guys speak and your message and stuff, it had made me motivated to get on here. I'm actually at court right now, but got in the car to come and hop on this meeting. And then with the thing you just did, the lows and the highs, I do a baking business on the side, and I got to that valley of despair, and I'm like, you know what, I'm getting no inquiries, nobody's wanting a cake, like I haven't sold a cake in a month and a half or two, and then I'm like, let me just start posting again and be out there, and then now I have a few orders, and I feel like that's kind of the same way with the whole real estate thing.
Totally. Yeah, because in that valley of despair, that I've talked to many agents. I've worked with thousands and thousands of agents. The door knocking's not working. The campaigns aren't working. The social media is not working. My emails aren't working. And then all of a sudden, they continue. They discontinue. And then all of a sudden, somebody says, hey, I've been watching your videos for the last few months. I'm thinking about selling my house in Berkeley. It happens all the time.
And I also think changing your mindset, if you be positive, like I was talking about on Wednesday, like manifest positivity, good things are going to come to you. I'm going to make a lot of money today, or it's going to be an abundant week. And then you change your mindset and you'll see it coming towards you.
My friend, I appreciate you. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate you being here as a guest. Wonderful contribution. So you guys, it is the end of the month. We have moved through January, and stay tuned to me, and I won't forget your hand. I'll come back to you in just a moment. It is the end of the month, and what I want to do is I want us to reflect, because we don't grow by accident. We grow by paying attention to what's working. What I want us to be is I want us to be self-aware. I want us to be aware as CEOs when we look at our business and say, okay, what is not working in our business? What's broken? Where's the friction? Where's the gaps? And where do I need to tune things up in my business? And so here's the first series of questions, and I just want to ask you guys to get involved in the conversation. Throw your hand up, get involved. But first and foremost, what has compounded since the start of the year? And when we think about what has compounded, what habit, what behavior or system is finally paying dividends? What are you finally seeing working that you're getting some informed optimism, right? Some of you are now posting tons of more videos because you're in intensity. Are you finally seeing some traction? Or do you finally feel that you're getting a little bit more comfortable with your courage, with your on camera presence, so on and so forth? Where did consistency beat intensity? Where are you seeing these consistent efforts show up in your life, business, health, and relationships? And what felt boring but worked? Where did you fall in love with the mundane, the monotony, the repetitious boredom? What felt super, super boring, but it actually worked to grow and to push your business forward? So I want to pause there. I need two brave souls to grab the mic, share with me their answers of what's compounded so far this month, and I want you to answer those questions. And if I don't get a hand up, I'm just going to call on you. So, all right, cool. We got some people involved in the conversation. We'll go D Bledsoe, and then we'll go to Sre, not to be pronounced with an H. Let's go, D.
Yeah, no, this was still on brand with what I was going to comment about the last slide. I seen a quote earlier this week, and I shared it on my Instagram. But where would you be if you hadn't quit? So basically, like, a lot of people give up prematurely, whereas if you would have kept going and doing the hard work, you probably will be where you wanted to be. And that ties into, on this note, we say it a lot on these calls, but Elias pushed me for a couple years to get present in the real estate realm in socials. And it was hard for me. It took me a second to find my footing, and I'm still figuring it out, but I'm consistent now. And just this week, I had another friend in my sphere reach out to me to list his aging parents' home that's like 1.5 or 1.6, and they need to buy a condo because they can't do stairs anymore. But it's no coincidence that me showing up on socials and being present, and also asking, like, this friend of mine, he's in commercial real estate. So I had hit him at the beginning of the year. I was like, hey, what do I have to do to earn your referrals? Like, I know you're in conversations with people that need help. And he's trusting me with his parents. I don't know if that's 4 days from now or 4 months from now. But again, just the consistency is keeping me top of mind, and that's what it's all about. So don't give up when you don't see something happening. Just keep going. Keep working until it works.
That's right, big dog. I appreciate you. So today, let's go over to you. Nikki, you'll be on deck, and then we'll go to the other hands. I got George up and I got Gary up. Let's go today. What do you have? I'll put the questions back on the screen so you can see it. What habit, behavior, or system is finally paying dividends? Where did consistency beat intensity? And what felt boring but worked? Let's go, my friend.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, for me, immediately social media popped into my head because in the beginning, when I first started, like in August, September, I was really afraid of putting myself on camera. And I remember Elias had called me out to just start posting, and I started doing it. And now I'm in intensity. It's just like we're constantly posting every day. And some nights I'm like up close to like midnight, still trying to make a post, but I'm like, not trying to get into my head, not thinking too much about it, but I'm like, let's just get to it and just post something. And sorry, I have a brain freeze. Right now. What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is that, like, putting myself out there and just not thinking too much about it. Like, you have the idea, just create it and just post it. And I have been getting responses from people, like my sphere circle, just reaching out to me and letting me know, like, girl, you're doing good, like, keep going. And that really motivates me to just keep it moving and going forward. And it's telling me, like, I'm doing something, because for the longest I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is doing anything. Like, I'm new, who's going to be listening to me, And so this morning I just got another message from a friend that, like, just said something really, like, heartfelt to me. And let me not get emotional, but it's working. That's what I'm trying to say. It's working. Some days it feels like it's not, but it is. Just keep putting yourself out there and believe in yourself and stay true to who you are when you're posting. Just be you and fast, and stay authentic. Don't try to, like, be anything else but you. And I'm learning to find different ways to be creative, because we see so many people posting and we want to post the same thing, but we have to find that niche of ours and that creativity and tap into all of that. So
that's right, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate your vulnerability. And I'm so glad that you have people in your corner that are going to rally around you and root for you. And so that's a really powerful thing to have. So let's go, Nikki, then we'll go George. Nikki, what do you have? I'll put the questions back on the board here. What habit, behavior, or system is finally paying dividends? Where did consistency win? And what felt boring but work? Let's go, my friend.
All right. Well, happy Friday, everyone. And Saray, I'm giving you props because I see you show up a lot more. And the fact is, a lot of people don't even do that. So keep at it, girl. And I see you. What I've been doing differently, I've definitely been more consistent this year. I've been doing things that, even coming to these meetings and show my face. I'm multitasking, but I see a lot of people here running, jogging, driving. So I'm like, okay, no excuses. I'll show my mug. I've been door knocking. I've been doing things I don't like doing, but but knowing that I'm putting in the work to do something that actually not do it has built more self-confidence in me. So sure, I'm not getting the outcome that I want like that because that's just life, you know. But if you build it, it will come. And I've been being consistent, and I've been doing content. I want to show more of my personality and not just, hey, I'm a realtor. There's so many videos, but I just feel the more confident in myself, just knowing that I'm putting in the work, and that's all that matters. Because when you don't do anything, you're going to feel bad about it. You're going to be negative. You're not going to be optimistic. There's many days where I'm like, I hate real estate, you know, I hate sales. But then again, it's like I'm still in it, and that this has definitely been a work in progress, but I'm learning a lot, and you have really great advice and great tools for these meetings, and a lot of the people here are just really great and creative too, and you guys do inspire me with a lot of your storytelling. But that is what I've been doing differently, so thanks for having me share.
Well, I appreciate it, Nikki. And here's the paradox of what we do in this business. In this business, we never work with a sense of desperation. Sense of desperation is I waited till the 20th of the month. I didn't do anything, and now I'm acting in desperation. And that's different than urgency. Urgency is every single day I get up and I work with a sense of urgency to build my business. You see, we have to work in a sense of urgency every single day in this business, but then we have to be patient with our results. You see, you have to be urgent, and you have to understand that I got to do a lot of work, and sometimes it's going to take a little bit of time, and I got to do a lot of work, and I might not show up right away. So the flip side of my psychology is I have to be patient as well, and that's hard, right? I work in urgently. I want urgent results.
Yeah.
Well, the paradox in this business is that we have to be okay with running urgently, but then sitting patiently as all that work starts to come full circle. But if you don't work with urgency, then you're really, really going to have to get patient. And oftentimes people are not doing enough work to even see the results. So Nikki, I appreciate your contribution and your dialogue. Let's go to George, then we'll go Gary, and then Liz. I'm going to save your contribution to the next series of questions because I have quite a few to get to. So I'll save Lisa and Liz for the next section. Let's go, George. What do you have for us, big dog?
What's up, everybody, and happy Friday. Yeah, so I would honestly say something I've noticed in my own business has definitely been, like Saray said, is the content and social media. I feel like the last 2 years, I'd built up my business doing consistent social media posts, but whether that was like twice a day, 5 days a week. But lately, I'm not even going to lie, I totally burnt out in Q4, so I've kind of taken the last 4 to 5 weeks off, but that's where I definitely have seen where the consistency that I had built up in social media, because I still got 3 deals in the month of January and I didn't really do much. I kind of like took a time to reset the whole month, and it's just interesting to see that they all came from social media. And then I had, I think, at least 6 clients. Sorry, I'm like a freaking 9 incline them, put it down. But yeah, I would definitely say that's something I'm looking to get back to right now. And that's actually on my to-do list today, is that I have to edit at least 10 videos, because I was looking this morning and I was like, damn, I get all of my business from social media. And my last video I posted was the day after Christmas, and I haven't posted any videos this month. And I sat down the other day and I was like, holy shit, I have over 2,000 videos from all of 2025 that I have not used. I sat there and I organized them in different files, and I had about 50 plus different files of different categories and types of videos I could make, with over 2,000 videos that were in my computer and my SIM cards and my phone. And I'm like, dude, literally there's a whole year of content right there. It's just keeping that momentum going and going back to saying, hey, I'm going to sit down and do X, Y, Z. And how do I simplify it now as my business has scaled? Because what worked for me before doesn't serve me now. Now I have to kind of carve out a different strategy to keep that consistency going.
Yes. God, George, I love this. And for the people that don't know, you texted me yesterday about the Real Trends report. For the people that don't know, what was your production last year that you reported to Real Trends?
I ended up reporting almost 16 million.
So,
and thank you. And I just got the email yesterday. I forgot to tell you, I did get verified. So
let's go, big dog. I appreciate you. Well done, my friend. It's proof that showing up works, consistent efforts work. And George is, honest enough to say, listen, I've kind of fallen off on my social game, even though a lot of that work is still coming full circle. Well, we want to make sure that that pipeline is continuously full from his consistent videos. So good stuff. Let's go.
Oh, and last thing, sorry. I built up the consistency so much that actually I had people reaching out to me all month being like, dude, where the fuck have you been? I don't see you on my feed. I don't see your videos. And I thought I was supplementing that with stories, but I realized that's how much importance content is in my business. So you guys got this. Don't be scared, because I was scared in the beginning. And now look, like, you can make a $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 commission check off of just one video. So stop being scared.
That's right, big dog. I love it. Gary Archer, what's your contribution, big dog? Let me put the questions back up here if you want them for reflection. Let's go here. All right, Gary, let's go rapid fire on this. What habit, behavior, systems finally paying off? Where did consistency win? And what felt boring but worked? Let's go, my man.
First, I want to say, George, that's crazy. Killing it. You know what I mean? That's that delayed gratitude we're talking about, right? That's like I work out in the gym, like, you know, you ain't been to the gym in a month, but the world still sees you in the gym. They're like, bro, that's George. He's like, ah. So one, that's incredible. So I just want to say what kind of changed. I've always been consistent with my social media, right? With my radio, my music, and real estate. But recently I switched directions a little bit on my real estate. So coming into real estate game, I wanted, you know, I'm new to the business, and I come from another business where I'm known as like an expert. So I didn't want to come into real estate being not knowing, right? So I was overthinking what I was going to post. So I sounded smart enough to do real estate in front of the people that knew me for other things. Like, oh yeah, Gary knows what he's doing, right? And I got a lot of that. Like, oh man, your videos, Gary, da. I got a lot of that. But what's changed 2 weeks ago, I started flipping on not taking myself so serious, and I started making these AI videos, kind of like poking fun at myself. And just life, you know, just my creative. Let me think of something, let me type it in, and just scenarios. And from the 5 AI videos I've posted, I've got 2 buyer's consultations from sphere of influences that I've had that I had this week out of Facebook. I've never got anything out of Facebook. It's 2 Facebook old school people found me on Facebook, like, oh my God. And Monday we do something called Music Mondays at Desi's. At Desi's we had Fab's always there, of course, but Too Short was there. This guy named Jay Stalin was there. This guy named PK, who's Jacka. If anyone knows Jacka, that's Jacka's manager. They're all there, da. The night's ending, everyone's leaving. And now PK has started asking me real estate questions, right? So now I got a room of celebrities. And they asked me, I did a buyer's consultation for the room full of celebrities. Just me talking. And they're like, everyone in that room's bought a house already. And they're like, how come no one's ever said anything like this to me? I just said I wanted a house and they let me sign for the house. And it's not like I was giving them a lot of information. So I'm just saying, whatever it takes to break the ice, to start the conversation, it's going, and keep working till it don't work.
Man, I love it. All right, guys, we're going to shift the gears. I appreciate your contribution, Gary. Thank you, George. Thank you for everyone else that's contributed. I want to shift the gears in this. I want to get away from the conversation of social media. Obviously, we have shown up on social media. I'm seeing it in a big way. Congratulations on you guys being uncomfortable. But let's talk a little bit about skills. So where have you grown? In your conversations, in your objections, in your pricing for listing, in your follow-up game, in your CRM. Let's talk about your emotional growth. Where has your confidence grown? Where have you detached from things that are no longer serving you? And have you grown in your resilience to be able to say, you know what? I'm tough and I will fight through the circumstances no matter what happens to me. And then your leadership growth. Remember what I've been saying, you guys, leadership first. Each of you are leaders. I'm not talking about a manager or a director title. Each of you are leaders. So leadership first. When we meet with our consumers, are you giving off follower energy? Are you giving off leadership energy? You see 2 followers meet 2 followers, and then you ask them to go to the next presentation or to the next stage in the sales process, and they're going to resist and they're going to say no, because you're giving off this energy of being a follower, and a follower will only get to this stage. What I need us to do is put leadership first. So where have you grown? in your boundaries, being able to set clear boundaries of what you will not accept from consumers and from people in your personal life, the standards that you set for your business. This is my standard, hell or high water. I'm going to do this. And then how have I improved and grown in my communication? How have I gotten better with my words, my phrasing, how I frame conversations, how I have interpersonal dialogue? I want somebody, and maybe Lisa is that person. In these categories, I want you to answer a specific question based on how you have grown in one of those categories there. So Lisa, I'll go to you, then I'll go to Blessing, and then I'll go to Liz Serta. So Lisa, what do you have for us, my friend?
Good morning, Coach. I love this one. So for me, it's really been digging into my database this last month. And it's been a huge gut check too, because I realized that I lost 3 potential buyers, sellers. And that's because I had followed up for 6 months, a year, and I got tired of following up. I thought, okay, these people are just never going to do anything or not with me. And, just going through my database more thoroughly, looking at people that I haven't touched, that I didn't have a task for. And so I forgot about them. And that was the hugest thing where I was like, I'm doing better at putting a task on people now to make sure that I don't lose track of them, because my database is so huge right now. But the good thing is that I also have gotten a referral, and then I also connected with 2 other people in my database that had fallen off for a while. So
Sure. I love it.
It's there. And also there was someone who was looking at a home in the Berkeley Hills last year. And I thought, oh gosh, it just seemed really intimidating. It was like a $2.5 million listing. But where I've noticed I've grown is being able to just be more curious, dig into the conversation with curiosity. And I got the person to just agree to a follow-up call, and they may be selling a home in Los Gatos.
Beautiful, my friend. I absolutely love this. Listen, for the people on this call that have over 5,000 people in your database, there's a company out there called KTS. KTS will go into your database for you, set up all of your funnels, all of your buckets, your A, B, and C priority clients, when to follow up, and they'll help you set up the system to where when you go in, you know exactly what to do. So there's a company called KTS. If you need some more information on that, connect with me after our coaching session. That's for the people that have large databases to where you've imported leads from all these different sources over the years, and you just need a little bit of help with management. You pay a one-time fee, and then they help you organize your entire database. So Lisa, maybe that's a good route for you. Talk about this offline. Blessing, what do you have for us, my friend? Let's go back to the questions about where have you grown this year, my friend, and we're going to go right over to you. Let's roll.
I always love when we can talk about the personal growth, because you guys have met me, spent any amount of time with me, you know that I am not one that is, I don't hesitate when it comes to giving advice or coaching or being supportive in that manner. But earlier this month, I had, we were negotiating for my Monterey listing, and the agent was so aggressive, just everything. He just wanted to steamroll me. And in that moment, I was recognizing that he's just trying to carry his weight. He's trying to flex his experience. He's trying to intimidate me. And I didn't shut down, but I got still. And I didn't know that I could be that still to not be bothered by the nonsense, that I could still hold the line for my seller. Because at the end of the day, it didn't matter what he was talking about. I knew what my seller wanted. I was confident in the fact that she had hired me. And it doesn't matter how many years they've done business in Monterey, who he knew, what it was going to take. I just told him no. And to hear my voice with that much confidence, to say, I don't care, you need to go back to your buyer, and to really hold that line, I just didn't know that I could do that. And when we finally got into contract with the terms that I knew were going to work, not what he was trying to suggest, I remember getting off the phone and just being like, my voice hurts. but it was that stillness that I was able to sit in. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just a confidence that I was able to sit with. And since then, I've noticed that every conversation that starts to get very confrontational, where my emotions tend to get a little, flustered, because we're still human, we're still going to have these feelings of nerves, my voice has gotten really strong. And I don't really hesitate. I don't mince words. I'm a little bit more direct, but still maintaining, the soft, caring part that I want to still continue to carry forward. So that's just been an interesting thing to note, that in every conversation, it's a bit more direct. It's a bit more, hey, I'm the expert. Doesn't matter my numbers, doesn't matter the location. I know exactly what I'm doing, but I will still care for you through the whole time.
Really, really strong blessing. Listen, you guys, in this business, people are going to really, really piss you off. They're going to test you. They're going to push you. They're going to try to stretch your boundaries. And if you can keep a poker face, and if you can handle your own emotions, and you do not allow yourself to get flustered despite the situation, that is true growth. That is emotional intelligence. That's emotional awareness. And if you can't, because we all have that dog in us, we all have that fight or flight in us, but we're in business and we're going to win with logic, and we're going to win with words. And if that person cannot respect our logic and our words, then we will cut that relationship in an instance, right? And so that's powerful. That is growth, because I know some of us, we instantly want to fight. Our words become combative. Don't talk to me that way. Why are we doing this? Why wouldn't you? And there's this tone and there's this frequency of, all right, we're in this fight now. If you can learn how to just rise above, figure out how to best handle the situation with logic and words, and then be able to move on, you guys, that displays emotional intelligence at the highest level. And that's something that will always be something that we're constantly learning and growing through. And so, Blessing, I appreciate you bringing that up. Let's start out. I don't want to miss your hand, my friend. Let's go
real quick.
You.
Yes, hopefully I don't have a spotty internet service, because I'm here in the business center where my condo is in Mexico. So
nice.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, my friend. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so I totally can relate to blessing, because that's exactly where my growth has been. So just being confident. I've been in real estate for like 17 years, and I'm a super nice, sweet person. So usually people tend to take advantage of me, even in my personal life. So now I use that both in my personal life, where I can say no, and I actually stop and listen before I talk. So that's where I have improved, where I just listen, and then I don't, I take the time, and
there goes the internet. there goes the internet.
Use AI, ChatGPT, the best response. Yes, and then, yeah. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it cut out, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. So that's what I've learned, to listen before I respond right away and let my emotions take over. And at the same time, I use ChatGPT to help me in the process. But that's what I've learned, and that's what I use both with clients, personal relationships, and with other agents.
I love it, my friend. Well, I appreciate you. Enjoy your condo in Mexico. Let me know when I can book to come down and stay there.
Yes, for sure.
I'm looking for the coach deal, but I appreciate you.
No problem.
Let's continue to cruise on. It's breaking up on me, so I don't know what you said, but I'm going to continue on. Liz, I'm going to cut you. I'm going to cut your mic because it is spotty, but thank you, Liz. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into the conversation. This is something that I want you to do. What I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself right now, what is in your pipeline? What revenue do you have in your pipeline? Your revenue is your GCI. When you look at your activities right now, I want you to look at your pipeline, and I want you to get specific. How many active buyers, obviously, do you have under contract? How many active listings? How many warm prospects? How many people are you actually showing homes to? Who's in your pipeline for maybe 60, 90 days out? Like, really look at your pipeline and ask yourself, in the next 60 days, do I have a paycheck that's coming based on activities, based on who I'm showing homes to, based on what's in my pipeline? And if you don't, then the answer is always more work. right? I just have to do more work. I have to be in more conversations. And so I want you to get specific. You are running a business. You guys need to know your financials. What is in your pipeline for GCI? When you look at your financials and your revenue, I want you to match that up with your expenses. And this is simple, basic level economics. Do you have enough in your pipeline that is going to pay for your lifestyle and pay for your expenses? And if you don't, do something about it, because then, my friend, if you don't do something about it now, you are going to work out of desperation. And that is the worst place to be in your business, because that energy is felt. That vibration is felt and that frequency is felt. So get very, very clear on what your numbers are. And then ask yourself this. When you start to unpack, it is the 30th of January. It's easy for you to look back. I want you to ask yourself this. What activity has produced the most results? When I think about the activities, whether it's social, whether it's follow-up, whether it's my newsletter, whatever it is, what activity led directly to appointments? Can I actually track that? Have I put everybody in my CRM? I can look at my activities and know what pillar is really producing results for me. Now, also, what pillar is struggling? Which conversations converted the fastest? Is it people that I met from TikTok, from home tours? Is it people that I put in my follow-up boss from an open house? Is it my door knocking campaigns? Was it an event that I hosted that I get the best traction from when I'm making my follow-up calls? What conversations converted the fastest? And which platform or pillar created the most momentum? Well, how do I know that, Elias? Every single thing that you're doing should be stored in your CRM, and that should all be tagged. That way you can go back in there and say, wow, look at what I've been able to do from just my property tours this month, from the leads that I've gotten. Look at what I've been able to do for my door knocking campaigns. I'm getting ready to throw a Valentine's Day event. Look at all the people that I'm talking to. That is leading me to conversations. Be very, very clear, you guys, at what activity has produced the most results for you this year so far. And continue on with me. What activity have you been avoiding? We all have them. You're human beings. Is it the follow-ups? Is it the videos? Is it your calling of your database and actually working the database and not just allowing the system to automate you directly out of a relationship? The last message that you sent was December 30th, and they just viewed 5 homes in the last 48 hours. And your last email was, have you seen any homes that you would like to go check out? Let me know. Weak. Is it calling your database? Is it actually asking for the business? Not sissy-footing around the point. Right? Remember, we're restoring the dignity of being great salespeople. Lisa, understand, it sounds to me, and I understand at a high level, that you may have some challenges in this market based on what you've told me. Who's the person in your corner right now educating you on everything you need to know about this market? Well, I'm so glad that we met. This is what I'm going to do for you. Here's what we do next. Does today or tomorrow work better for you? Let's start becoming closers and getting us in more conversations with more buyers and sellers. And then raising your standards. Was this something that you missed? Is this something that you've been avoiding? You don't raise your standards. So what happens is that you allow yourself not to make the 40 calls. You allow yourself not to knock on the doors. You allow yourself to have an open house on the weekend, and you didn't knock doors. You didn't call the neighbors. You didn't do any type of campaigning, and you're just showing up with your 4 signs. That's not a process. That is not a flow. So I want you to ask yourself, for right now where we are, what activity have you been avoiding? And if it is any of these, then what are you going to do about it moving forward? So the last thing I want to ask you is, do you have a clear marketing plan for February/Valentine's Day? Whether you're the ladies on the call and you're doing Galentine's, whether you're a guy on the line, you're doing a Palentine's, whatever it is, the creative things that you have. Door knocking, love your life. Here's my campaign. Top 5 restaurants to go to for couples. Top 5 restaurants to go to for singles. What is your campaign for February? That happens in 2 days. What's the theme? What's the offer? What's the call to action? What days are you posting, calling, hosting? What are you actually going to do for the month of love? Are you going to launch something, or are you going to miss out on another great opportunity to market yourself? That is on you, my friends. And listen, you don't have to have a lot of money. You just have to do something that is going to be captive to your audience. And last but not least, I want to share with you something that is obviously working at a high level. You're seeing this. I'm doing this. Kenny's doing this. Multiple people are doing this. What is working right now on social media is carousels. Now, there's many ways to do a carousel, and I'm not going to go through a whole, tutorial on carousels, but I do want to share this thought with you. If you guys are in the East Bay, you know that Restoration Hardware Gallery is coming to Walnut Creek. It is coming to the old Neiman Marcus building located in the Broadway Plaza, which is going to be huge. If you've ever been to a Restoration Hardware, the food, the decor, the scene, the ambiance, it has a sense of luxury. Those are types of things that you should be talking about, not only in video, but you should be doing a carousel about these things that are happening in your community. And so I'm doing just that. I'm going to create a carousel, and I wanted it to have an elevated look. I wanted it to feel like something that is very, very applicable to the area. So Walnut Creek then versus what's next, one building, two eras. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking them through a series of different things that are talking about the new Restoration Hardware Gallery that is going in the old Neiman Marcus building. Well, not only do I have the information to do a carousel, I also have the information, because I've done my research, to do a cool video, right? And so I want you guys to think about those things. It doesn't always have to be you searching for something to say. It could be something that you searched and something that you can share so your consumers, your audience can see that, share that, and save that for future reference. Does that make sense, you guys? Look around. All kinds of things happening. Bishop Ranch, in the city, new restaurants, Alameda, all these things that are happening in our market. Find ways to take that information, do a carousel, and then also do a video on it. And I promise you, you guys will win. So let's, I think that we can do that. I can have, actually, it's really easy. I don't want to over pollute this. Go into Canva, Liz, and search carousel post for Instagram, and it's going to give you all kinds of different things. And all you do is just change the words around. It's very, very simple. However, if you are on the team, submit your 5 slides. Meaning, like, I want to do a carousel post. It's this, and this. I want this on this one, and this one. Submit the marketing request, and we'll do it for you. Okay? If you can't figure out how to do it on your own, allow us to do it for you, my friend. Okay? Tell us what you want. We'll create it for you. Let's do this. I'm going to wrap session today. I'm going to go to Alexis. Alexis, one key thought, one key takeaway from our time together. And then I'm going to go over to one of our guests, Ilana. I'm going to have you do a quick takeaway from our time together today. So let's go, Alexis. What do you have for us?
Hi, everyone. So I really like that chart that you made of the uninformed optimism and then conviction and informed optimism. I think I'm like really faith led. And so for me, it's about my faith when you're in the valley of despair to just continue to have faith in what the Lord has promised over your life, and also your why, right? I think you've talked about, Elias, your why, and why your why needs to be like the forefront of your business, because when you are in the valley of despair, you have to remember why you're in this business, why you even started in the first place, what keeps you going. And so that was just really nice for me to see and then to reflect on as well for my business.
Well, I appreciate it. You tell your mom, you tell your brother, and you tell your nephew I said hello, okay?
I'll do.
All right, my friend. Ilana from San Francisco as a guest of ours today. Key thought, key takeaway from our time together today. Let's roll.
I think the biggest thing for me, hi, everybody. I think the biggest thing for me is I can roll on autopilot and still do quite well. And I definitely have just sort of let the business be the business and not really pushed myself in the last few years for a number of reasons. And I've still done just fine. But I want to work smarter, not harder. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And you gave a lot of really good questions that I can't even speak because my mind is like racing around all these questions. So I have a lot to think about. But this was a really interesting shift of perspective on how to think about it for me, which is exactly why I wanted to come on, and you will see me again and we will be talking. And
wonderful.
Yeah, no, it's giving me a lot to think about, which is exactly why I called you in the first place. So
Well, I appreciate it, my friend. I was here to give you guys perspective, and then I want you to go back and take that perspective, whether it was Alexis's takeaway, whether it was what George said, whatever it is, you guys, let's look at the last 30 days. At the end of a month of coaching, I want us to reflect, like, okay, what did I actually do? How did I grow? Right? What new skill did I learn? At the beginning of the month, I was just running, and now I'm running with calculation. I know when to turn, when the ball's going to be there, right? I want you guys to every single month be able to close the chapter of January and be like, wow, look at how I grew. Then we get to December 31st and look at how much you've grown, evolved, the impact in your business, your life, your relationships, your health. That's what I want for you guys. That's my responsibility. Remember what I said. Do not come into my dugout with a clean jersey December 31st. Do not. Let's get our jerseys dirty. Let's get them filthy, and let's create a body of work that we can look back at and that we are super, super proud of. So you guys, thank you for being here for Action Friday. On Monday, we will not have coaching because I will be the guest speaker and MC for our Fast Forward Movement Retreat in Aspen. Don't tell my wife. She's not excited about that, but I'm going to go to Aspen. I'm going to snowboard, but I'm going to go and fill my cup as well so I can bring back even more game for you guys to impact your growth on another level. So you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. Thank you for being open-minded to receive. And as always, my friends, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and make today a day that truly matters. Peace, my friends.